When William D. Boyce incorporated the Boy Scouts of America in 1910, he registered all of his paper boys around the country as members to help start the organization. Then when Ernest Thompson Seton and Daniel Carter Beard brought their organizations, the Woodcraft Indians and the Sons of Daniel Boone, to the BSA, they also brought their members, establishing the initial membership of the BSA. But that would only sustain the new organization for a short period of time, and the process of recruiting new members had to be developed to maintain and grow the organization. We're talking about BSA recruiting in this edition of Artifact of the Week. My introduction to scouting came in the form of a school night for scouting event at my elementary school back in 1972. On the stage was a 16-year-old Eagle Scout in his full uniform with a sash full of merit badges and his Eagle rank hanging proudly from his chest. I was 8 years old and in awe of what I was seeing, and all I wanted to do was to become him. But events like this weren't the only way to recruit scouts over the years. Back in May of 1919, President Woodrow Wilson signed Proclamation 1520 declaring June 8th through June 14th as Boy Scout Week for the purpose of strengthening the work of the Boy Scouts of America. The proclamation reads in part, "The Boy Scout movement should not only be preserved but strengthened. It deserves the support of all public-spirited citizens. The available means for the Boy Scout movement have thus far sufficed for the organization and training of only a small proportion of the boys of the country. Every nation depends for its future upon the proper training and development of its youth. The American boy must have the best training and discipline our great democracy can provide if America is to maintain her ideals, her standards, and her influence in the world. The plan, therefore, for a Boy Scout Week, during which a universal appeal will be made to all Americans to supply the means to put the Boy Scouts of America in a position to carry forward effectively and continuously the splendid work they are doing for the youth of America, should have the unreserved support of the nation." Now, these were lofty goals in 1919, but in reality, they're still the goal of the BSA 105 years later. Now, we can't talk about every advertisement or method the Boy Scouts use to help spread the word and tell the story of scouting, but suffice it to say that everything that could be used was employed, from cross promotions with famous brands like Coke and Pepsi, to movies and television shows, to articles in magazines such as Time and Life. In the 1970s and 1980s, there were television ads featuring famous scouts talking about the influence of scouting on their lives.
When you help start a scout troop, there's no guarantee one of the boys will grow up to be an actor,
win an Olympic decathlon,
have his own radio and TV shows, play for the Knicks,
host a TV program,
be an impressionist,
grow up and be in the movies,
go to the moon twice,
hit 755 home runs,
be a newsman,
win 7 gold medals.
When you help start a scout troop, there's no guarantee one of the boys will grow up to be president, but you never know. Call Boy Scouts of America.
Even celebrities like Ashton Kutcher tweeted about his experiences in scouting and at Philmont back in 2018 when it was announced that girls would be allowed to join Scouts BSA. While all of these are interesting, there's one artifact in the collection related to recruiting that I find to be very cool. It is this 1946 booklet that was mailed to a boy right after his 12th birthday. The cover of the booklet doubled as a mailer to send the item to an eligible young man, but also served as a return device where the boy could easily request additional information about scouting in his area. The booklet itself had information about what a scout is and how to become a scout. Information on scout ranks, including the requirements to earn the tenderfoot rank, the scout oath, scout law, the scout sign, salute, hand clasp, and slogan are also provided. The meaning of the scout badge is explained, and a section on the scout uniform, the United States flag, and the U.S. flag code are also included. Finally, there's an illustrated section on knots and how to tie them. While all this information is useful, my favorite part is the blank space where a new scout can list the members of his patrol, including a space to indicate if they own a bicycle. Now, this artifact in the collection is a sample that you could order out of the catalog and was numbered 4000. These were designed to be customized by either the council or a local unit and mailed directly to the potential scout, with the expectation that they would request additional information and register to join the BSA. Now personally, I think this is a great recruiting tool, and I feel something like it could still be meaningful and successful today. Before we go, don't forget that Sunday, February 5th is Scout Sunday and begins the anniversary week of the BSA. This week, the BSA will celebrate its 113th anniversary. It's a great time to get out and tell people about the difference Scouting is making in the lives of its members and the impact Scouting has on our local communities every day. It's your chance to help someone else experience all that Scouting has to offer and give them the opportunity to benefit from Scouting just like you have. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Join us next time as we continue to learn more about the history of the BSA through the collection of the National Scouting Museum and Artifact of the Week.